Hello there, my name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. Welcome back to the channel. I'm very fortunate to have received a new set of the Super7 ReAction Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Wave 2. So big thank you to Super7 and, of course, Yoko for setting this up. And I'm going to take a look at them up close and unbox them with you with the lead designer, Kyle Wlodyga.
Hello.
Do you want another one?
No, that's it.
That's it? Okay.
Roll the tape.
Keeping that in.
That's it.
Keeping that in.
Yeah.
Kyle, my friend, welcome back.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
I'm excited to chat with you again. These are always a lot of fun. I know you work really hard in your research and design for Power Rangers. And, you know, being able to call you a friend and having a look at these figures at the same time, super blessed, super grateful for these opportunities and to hear, you know, more insight from what you can tell us about these products.
Yeah, man. Happy to do it. It's been a minute since you and I talked, so I'm excited to get into some new Ranger figures. There's not much better in life, right? New Ranger toys to open.
Always. Kyle, before we look at the figures in Wave 2, I know it's already been announced, but before we look at them in hand and unbox them, can you give people a quick recap of what was in Wave 1?
Wave 1 consisted of Red Ranger, Green Ranger, Rita Repulsa, the Putty Patroller, the Megazord in a 6-inch scale, which is a kind of a rare treat for the reaction line, is something that's larger than 3 3/4, and then Pudgy Pig, everyone's favorite gluttonous monster.
Awesome. And Pudgy Pig is represented on that badass t-shirt that you're wearing right now, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. So each sleeve has some different monsters here. So
monsters.
Monsters.
No, I'm keeping that.
Pumpkin wrapper, you know, Pudgy Pig, Slippery Shark, Branch's head, and is it Branch's? Something like that. And then Goldar, Eye Guy, the Mantis, and then Squat. So it's hard to keep track of all these monsters. There's literally like, I think I did the math one time. There's like almost like 10 times as many monsters as there are actually Rangers and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot to keep track of, especially after I've just finished my 4th rewatch of all of Mighty Morphin since I started this line. So there's a lot of information in here. I can't do anything like taxes or small math that's useful, but I got a lot of Ranger knowledge up in here.
That's definitely very useful in your profession and in our circles, of course. I seem to always forget it in these videos, but I have remembered this time. You can pre-order the Reaction Wave 2 of Power Rangers on super7.com right now. They will be shipping in October 2021. And if you haven't grabbed Wave 1 yet, or if you feel like you watched this video later on and decided that Wave 1 looks awesome as well as Wave 2, they are still available for you to order on the website as well. Damn it, so close.
Oh, good.
As well. I'm going to open them up. And while I do that, you obviously have experience with these. You have prototypes, you have your own set, and you can kind of let people know what's going on with each figure. In Wave 2, I don't know if we had already said it yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll go through it real quick.
Yeah.
We have the fantastic Scorpina. I'm going to go through the villains first. We have her husband, and matching in gold, Goldar. We have Lord Zedd. And for the good guys, we have the Pink and Black Ranger. And to round off the wave, a gigantic, well, not gigantic, it's 6 inches. It's taller than the regular the characters, but we have the Dragon Zord. So I'm going to start with the villains. So I'm going to get to start unboxing.
Which one are you most excited to open?
The Dragon Zord for sure.
Yeah.
But the villains look incredible, especially like the little details and the designs. The Power Rangers, obviously, like I kind of have the other ones, so you kind of know what you're getting because
Yeah.
I'm assuming most of the sculpt and the blasters are the same, save for new weapon and the helmets. But you know, it's exciting because you're going to be adding more to that team.
Yeah.
But I think I want to see how these go next to Rita Repulsa. Once I get them open, I want to see how the Dragon Zord looks next to the Megazord, and I'm so excited for these. I'm in the middle of 3D printing some buildings right now, so I can make a scene and a nice diorama for them later. And watch out, Sergeant Bananas.
That's really cool though. I might have to ask for some. I might have to buy some of those buildings off of you.
Yeah, I'll send some to you. Yep. You've tagged me on Instagram for the artist who does this amazing card art.
Yeah.
It was really hard for me to throw out these card backs for Wave 1. And now I've realized how stupid that was because I could have just taken off the plastic and kept the card backs. I don't know why that never occurred to me. I'm a bad YouTuber and bad collector. No. Do you remember real quick who the artist was who does this?
I do. And for the low price of free, you can too. This card art was done by a guy named Joe Allard, and his name's right there in the corner on the back.
Oh, beautiful.
There you go. Joe Allard, aka Design Devil on Instagram, does a lot of great work. He also does the card art for our Reaction Transformers line. So yeah, and other stuff too, like Diamond Select and a lot of stuff for Sideshow too. And he's just a good illustrator, solid dude, and he absolutely crushed it. This Scorpina card art is like some of my favorite that we've ever put out.
Oh, this is great. I think I remember the actual photo that this pose is from. So this is fantastic. I don't think he doesn't know me at all, and I don't think he understands really the humor. But I keep saying on his page was like, "Oh, you make it so hard to open the packages," and like essentially blaming him for something that's not really a problem. But he doesn't know me well enough to like.
No,
I'm joking.
Joe's a good dude. He's got a good sense of humor. I think he appreciates any of the credit that is thrown his way. He's a very humble dude, but does a lot of great work too.
All right. So if you are not into card art, you can skip the next 5 seconds. Right. But if you're mint on card collector, you can also look away real quick.
That's right. Ryan Tang need not watch right now.
He doesn't open stuff, but he'll watch. He can watch this and kind of live.
It's not like gruesome to him to see stuff opened.
No, I don't think so. Is this good? Is this how people do it?
Yeah, that's great. That's how I do it.
All the way around?
Yeah, because otherwise then you're gonna pull the blister right off.
Do you keep the gluey parts?
You kind of have to, because otherwise it's gonna pull the paper right off of the card.
All right, I think I did okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, see? That's what I'm telling you.
Should have got a hairdryer. All right, so this is awesome because I have an unpunched card.
There you go.
Here we go. Starting at wave 2. Good job, Kevin.
Nice.
All right, so what can you tell us about Reaction Scorpina here?
Scorpina, this is my favorite one from the wave because to my knowledge, there hasn't been like a really solid like Scorpina release. Obviously, our friends at Hasbro are doing one in the Lightning collection, and I think that there had been like some Imaginext figures and maybe one of the like a couple die-cast little miniatures. But this is like the first time that she's gotten like a real solid plastic representation. Those who remember the vintage Evil Space Aliens line from Bandai know that her Scorpion mode figure never got made. They showed the prototypes off in like toy catalogs, but she and Rita Repulsa both never got to see the light of day. So this is really cool to be part of like kind of the first like official collector grade kind of Scorpina figure. For the people who know who Scorpina is, like it's really exciting, but like also like just at like a base level, like look at all the metallics on there, all the golds, all the silvers. Like it's just a very pretty figure, and it catches the light really well and shows off the sculpt just beautifully.
Look at the detail on this. On her left arm.
Yeah, her scorpion armor. And like studying these designs as extensively as I have for Power Rangers, it really made me appreciate just how brilliant a lot of these designs are. Like especially like her, like her asymmetry with her Scorpion armor, but then how it also ties into Goldar's armor, because in the show, in the Sentai version, Zyuranger, they're married and they're kind of like a tag team. So, yeah,
the weapon.
Her boomerang, I think, is what they call it, because she throws it around. It's in that video game that we were trying to get you to play. She throws it as like a boomerang, comes back and stuff. And they actually, I think they used the original voice actress for Scorpina, like the woman who played her in the show. Remember when Scorpina shows up and tries to like trick Adam to go on a date with her?
Yes, I believe so.
And then Aisha like finds her out, and then they both fight her. And she's like, "I'm Scorpina, and I'm your worst nightmare." It's that actress who does the voice in the game, which is pretty cool.
Well, I think at this size and scale, really, really awesome what's going on with the helmet here. And I just, until you pointed out the asymmetry, it's like I knew there was something, but everything is just, it's one here, armor here, nothing here. This is just drooping down on one side, but then there's, I guess these are claws. No, scorpions don't have claws.
Yeah, it's like kind of like scorpion carapace type stuff. And then like her, the little wings on her knee pads, those kind of look like scorpion claws to me,
right?
Stuff like that. And then she's got all of her jewelry on her non armored side, like her armband and her ring and stuff. Which again, this is 3 3/4 inches, everybody. So that's like very small details to be including.
It's very awesome. Is this a left-handed weapon or right?
I typically have it in the left hand, because for me, I always see her I realize that it's a little bit backwards in the card art, but for me, like, she has this big gauntlet arm because she throws a giant blade around and she wants to be able to protect herself when it comes back at her, right?
Next, we can move on to her counterpart.
There you go.
Goldar himself. I'm not going to try to get you to do the voice today.
I knew you were going to bring it up.
Nope,
and
not going to do it.
I won't do it. I won't.
More fantastic art.
Yes.
Super 7 art book. Just putting it out there.
Oh yeah. We bring it up only every other week in the office. So
yeah, Kevin, you're not the first person to have this idea.
No.
Shut up about it.
I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that we agree with you, and it's just a matter of the right time, right? So
yeah, I don't say like you should do it. I'm just saying, if there is a point where someone were to question, man, would anyone even want that? Here's my input. Here's my 2 cents. Yeah. Yes, make it for me.
Definitely.
Just me.
I'd like to do a gallery at one point. We have a lot of the originals in the office. It would be really cool to do like an actual exhibit show of all of those original paintings.
All of the card art from the amazing artists, even stuff from you, designs along the way for the project, things like that. I would love to see things like that.
Yeah, I mean, that could be cool. I don't know if I need to be in there to like ruin it, but enough about that. Let's talk about this sick Goldar card art again by Joe here.
Yes.
There's there's that meme on the internet of like pictures you can hear. Like, I can hear him like doing his like scream, like war cry, like go putties go.
What does that sound like to you?
I'm not gonna do it. You said you wouldn't, and I won't.
You brought up audio.
I will not be goated. I will not be goated. I will not.
You so badly want to do it, even though you say I'm not gonna do it. Then you go out of your way to bring it up.
No, I know. I just, every time I do it, it like devolves into Macho Man Randy Savage, and that's not right.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know who Macho Man Randy Savage is, the wrestler?
Yeah, Macho Man.
No, I mean
from The Simpsons, and he wears the nacho hat.
That's true. Or Bonesaw from the very first Spider-Man movie.
Yes, that guy I know.
Yeah, that's Macho Man.
Who the hell's Randy Savage?
That's who that guy is.
No, it's not.
So Goldar is ready. That was more Bonesaw than Goldar. Talking about kind of Scorpina and her golds and stuff. This guy's got 2 tones of gold, that really bring out the details in his armor. And yeah, just the two of them paired together is like just a beautiful set.
Oh, these are articulated on the back. What?
That's right. He can flap those wings, blow the Rangers away.
POA?
That's right. Yeah. There's actually even more than you might realize. You see he's got those big hamburger-looking shoulder pads.
Yeah.
So those are actually on separate joints on top of the arms, so you can articulate your arms all the way forward and not tear your shoulder pads off.
I'm scared. Okay, I see it moving right here.
Yeah. So they move out of the way when you lift your arms all the way up.
You know, get a little bit of head movement.
A little bit of head movement. Yeah, they're 5 POA, but we really try to get all that range that we can in there, and then just the wings add even more.
That's dope. I did not expect the wings to. Man, just holding a tiny version of this, it just makes me wonder and imagine how the Ultimates figure is going to be.
About 5 inches taller than that. Right.
I get it. and more movement, but like this is so cool. So I've really grown to love the reaction line for what it is once it's unboxed, how it stands and looks on a shelf, especially when you have a whole collection of them.
Yeah.
Like I feel like just one thing on its own is just like, oh, this, you know, it's 5 POA, it's whatever. But then once you have them together, it builds a whole theme, a whole look, and it's pretty great.
It makes it really empowers you, or enables for the Butter Nation to really collect a lot of figures and have like a very impressive display. You know, whereas, you know, stuff like Hot Toys or, you know, so even some 6-inch stuff, like it makes it pretty difficult because you have to really consider space. But like 3 3/4, you can typically fit, you know, 3 to 4 figures in the same amount of space that a 6-inch figure would take up, right?
Yeah. You got a lot of detail here in the feathers.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
All of the feathers are sculpted. All of his hair has some nice kind of hair sculpt in there. We even included like the horns and spikes on the back of his helmet as well. There's just as much detail on the back as there is in the front.
Yeah, and you know, all along here, on the front, on the chest plate, on the shoulder pads, he's got all these sculpted in dimples. And the paint, I love it. Even at this size, looks fantastic. And here we have them side by side. There you go. These are. I'm going to use these as a wedding cake topper.
That's right. It's the dream team right there.
So he's got 2 tones of gold.
Yep.
And you know, the gold on her is really, really nice on her shoulder armor as well. And these two look awesome together.
Yeah. Their main colors of gold match, which is really, really important because that's how those actual costumes look too. So even at this small scale, we do our best to be as, you know, slavish to the reference as possible. And
how about the sword?
Oh yeah. So a really bright silver with that nice serrated edge on the outer side. The sword can fit on either hand.
Perfect.
So it's got a nice firm grip. Just be careful putting that in there. You don't poke yourself. There's a little dot at the pommel. In testing, I've definitely like punctured myself putting stuff in hands because sometimes that fits a little too tight.
Right.
But happy to say it all works now. So.
It's a really tight grip, and it's good to see that none of the paint came off in the process of inserting that. Is that something I'm assuming that's something that you look at when you're testing to make sure you get the right right paint and what materials for something like that, right? In areas with a lot of movement, high points of contact, I guess.
Yeah, contact and then articulation and stuff. So like if you look at actually what's fun, you can get a little bit of toy design stuff here. If you look at the inner section of Goldar's legs here, the like flat plane that goes against the inner crotch has that that texture, the like dimpled texture, and that minimizes the surface area that is in contact with the flat plane of the crotch, so that you remove, you know, your paint scrapes and stuff.
Ah, science. Crotch paint rub. Got it. All right. Here we have.
Speaking
Lord.
of wedding cake toppers over here.
Oh, that's true. I guess everyone would be using this. I don't want to be like everyone.
I don't know. I love our Zedd and our Rita, but like, come on, like gold.
Yeah.
Manticore Man and Scorpion Woman, like they're incredible.
And in a lot of Asian cultures, there's a lot of gold at weddings. So I don't think that point is really going to sell it to the family. All right. While I open up Lord Zedd here, what can you tell me about it? What can I look forward to?
You can look forward to a fully vac metal staff for Lord Zedd. So you'll have that nice mirror finish on the actual figure. Card art again. Card art again by the amazing Joe Allard, Design Devil. There's also a nice kind of paint rub all over the figure to bring out that muscle striation that's so important to his design. You can rest assured that your staff of Zedd is not going to fall out in shipping.
We're gonna fast forward through this. You don't need to give a ramble. You
don't have to no dead air.
No dead air. No, you don't have to. It's going to be cut. All right. It's like a MODOK building over here. All right. So you've mentioned there's a little bit of paint for the deco to bring out the musculature.
Yes, the muscle kind of sinew that's so important to his design. So you'll see like the peaks of that sculpt will be darker. So it's like a instead of a wash which goes into the valleys of a sculpt, the paint rub and the brush catches the peaks.
There we go. You can see here's a very good example of it right here in like a bigger area.
Yeah.
In the abdominals, you can see a lot of details in there. And the cool part, what I really like about this finish is that it's got this soft, it's got like some really light paint on it. Whereas it's not just a sculpted whatever the plastic that it's made in, it's not just bright red or something like that. It actually looks a little bit I don't know how to say it. That's awesome. It just looks cool. Like it's a lot, there's a lot lighter over here. There's a lot of different changes and variations.
It's a lot of depth to it for such a simple kind of design, right?
That's crazy. So like they got to put that on, and then I'm assuming then they paint on all this. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Then so it's that they inject it, then they'll paint, then they'll do that dry rub that we're talking about, and then I think they do the tubes, so that bright blue tubing for all of his Zedd juices or whatever. Did they ever explain what those came from? Anyways, and then the silver is last on top of that.
I like how you wrapped up that point on your own. Yeah, no. Anyway, whatever. Don't talk about it. You got the spine thing going up the back,
and look, his brain even has the dry brush on top of it too.
Brain brush,
which is pretty gross.
We have the front of your Zeddmobile kind of car emblem there.
That's right.
It's a shame because he's kind of dorky and he keeps being defeated, but in the comics they try to gloss right over that, and he's totally badass.
Yeah, he's scary in the comics.
Yeah, it's great.
I think they just came out with a single issue where they kind of showed his origin, which is
I read
really scary. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about everyone's favorite material in the world, vac metal.
That's right.
Here we have for this staff.
So just like the actual prop in the show, you get a nice chrome metallic finish on your Z staff here, which I think is a first for Lord Zedd figures. Like there's been plenty of Lord Zedd figures out there. I don't think I've ever seen one with a vac metal finish on the staff though.
And here we go. Do you ever just slide all the way just to avoid that pressure of the middle?
No, and what I was going to say is it actually fits in the left hand a little bit better. If you look at the inside of the left palm, there's a little bit of a your other left. There's a little bit of a square in there, and that helps keep the
there's a bit of a groove right on this part of the hand.
Yeah,
I guess there's like a ridge that keeps it there.
Yep, helps kind of keep it in place.
Yeah, I'm just doing it this way. There we go.
There you go. There's no wrong way to do it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Beauty.
It catches light really nicely, so it's good for photography. I love this thing.
Super shiny.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
There you go. That's right. There's your wedding cake toppers right there. Right.
I'll message Milady after and say, hey,
take a vote. Which one?
Set 1 or set 2?
Everyone in the comments, let us know which one should Kevin use as his wedding cake toppers.
Fantastic. That just looks awesome.
Yeah. And with Wave 2, your Ranger collection in 3 3/4 scale now doubled to 12 figures. So you have a sizable collection in 2 waves in.
All right, I'm going to move some of these out of the way because it is time for some good guys. Bless you.
Thank you.
Was that a door?
No, that was a door. There we go.
Let me know when you're ready. So we've moved the bad guys, the villains, out of the way. I've brought over here to join us. We have Green Ranger, everyone's favorite, Tommy, and Jason, both with their fantastic accessories. And adding to the main Ranger team here, we have Black and Pink. I'm gonna go with Pink first.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna give a quick look at the art there. You have it as well.
So sick.
It's a little bit grimy. Their costumes are a little bit
because like their costumes were never really perfect. They're always like fighting out in the desert or like the quarry or whatever. So always got dirt on them and stuff. And I don't know. I was kind of like, yeah, it's about like teenagers with attitude who get magical powers, but I always thought it like added to the realism, that all their costumes were dirty and stuff. Kind of like how Star Wars ships are always gross and oily and stuff.
Does Alpha do their laundry after a fight? Like, does he wash them?
Do they wash the suits, or are they like magically summoned?
I don't know. Is it like Flash's ring where it just goes back into some dimension? But like, do you wash it first? Does it just appear? I don't know. These are all questions.
I have no idea.
That children don't ask.
These are the real questions.
Oh, heck yes. What I love about some of these is that they come with more weapons than they have hands to hold them.
Yeah, we'd like to give everybody as much stuff as we can that's reasonable. So obviously they have their signature stuff, but they also have their blade blasters as well. Kimberly can't really use her bow and her blade blaster at the same time, but on my shelf I have her posed holding both.
So we have it in the gun mode. We have it in this is neutral mode, right?
Yep,
because Blade has another.
Yeah, Blade's got the blade thing coming out of it, but we included the neutral because usually when they like turn it into a gun, they like hold it out like this, and then they like change the gun mode.
All right, let's look at the Pink Ranger.
Yeah,
it's got a nice soft pink, lighter pink on it. What else? What else can you tell us?
The helmet and the visor are gloss to match the actual kind of suit finishes as well.
Beautiful.
You can't. We didn't sculpt the pterodactyl onto the power morph for the belt buckle, but you do have all of those correct colors there, which is pretty cool. Especially again at that scale. Like Kevin zoomed in here, but like again, this is less than 4 inches tall. So you're talking about maybe 5 millimeters of space to paint all that in.
And we have this weapon,
the power bow. That's right, with all of its paint apps and its wonderful colors here. Pretty exciting to like have another piece of the power blaster in this scale.
Awesome. What hand do you? Lefty?
Yeah, lefty. I go lefty. I realize that there's a lefty trend here, but she shoots the bow left hand. It can fit in either one.
Oh, box art has it as lefty, so we'll go lefty. So cool. Look at that. Yes.
And we were talking about wedding cake toppers. Never forget the dream team, the dream couple of Tommy and Kimberly.
YouTuber. yes, if hopefully there's somebody at Super7 watching this who is able to add this computer into the, if they ever make a Ralph Wiggum.
I can't comment on other brands.
Oh, I'm just putting it out there.
This time.
Hopefully someone picks it up and it starts to trend on the internet. I don't know why it would. We have Zach.
Black Ranger. Or Adam, depending, right?
I'm more of a Zach guy.
I am too. And, you know, just like with, you know, I always default to Kimberly for pink, but, you know, Catherine did a lot of work in the suit too. But I mean, just look how awesome the card art is, again, by Joe Allard. It kind of, I just love that it like has the attitude.
Oh yeah,
Black Ranger, you know, in there, like the confidence, like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your butt. It's just that was always a trademark of the Black Ranger. I found is the confidence, you know.
Here we go. I'm getting confidence after opening 5 of these.
Yeah, you're getting there, man. Like it's a nice display option you're gonna have there.
Here we go. Oh, we have the blade blasters on the side again, and you have his axe here. I don't know why I keep describing things in the package while I'm doing an unboxing, but here we go. What can we look forward to? What can you tell people about Zach here that they might not see from a picture?
Right. Well, again, like with Pink Ranger, he's going to have all the gloss finishes on his helmet and his visor to match that actual kind of costume detail and texture. And a fully painted power axe here with the power coin painted and all the yellow and silver accoutrement here. The only thing that we weren't able to get is the stripes on the shaft of the axe, but
right,
you know, that also was a choice. That's right. That was also a choice because of where he grips it. It would make it difficult to not have that paint rub we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured it still works just as good. Obviously,
now, is this designed to be held in axe mode or shotgun mode or both?
Oh, you can do both. So I display it with axe mode, but it definitely fits in the hand.
Perfect. Chop, chop, chop.
Looks great.
Looks awesome, dude. There's a lot of really good detail on this axe.
Yeah. So all the sculpted detail is there. So it was important for us to try and get all of that included, even again at that scale.
From Wave 2, we have the Black Ranger, the Pink Ranger. From Wave 1, we have red and green. And I mean, look at, you know, uniformly looking at this, even with the color changes in the skirt, like they just look cool all together.
Yeah. And you're 2/3 of the way to a complete team.
Safe to, I'm going to assume, hopefully, you can round out the main by Wave 3.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. And then you got to throw in a White Ranger somewhere later on.
Got to have the Tommies. Can't keep the Chambas of the world waiting.
Oh, there you go. You have a Tommy and an Alpha. If you need 2 more good guys. I think a 3 3/4 Alpha would be an amazing little figure to have.
Nice little desktopper.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. This has been sitting on my lap for 56 minutes. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit because this one is definitely a little bit larger. You can always tell people, hey, this figure is this many inches tall. This one is this many inches tall. For me, I'm a visual person. I won't get it until I see it. So here we have Zach in front of the Dragonzord. And again, why am I showing it in the package when I'm in the process of opening it?
Because you don't want to open it because the card is so nice. Joe did such a good job on this oversized card here. Right?
There's nothing like oversized cards, man.
I know. They're so fun.
It's killer. So this is going to take me an extra 1.5 seconds to slice through based on pure surface area.
Sure.
What can I look forward to?
I mean, you're already looking at it, but I mean, like all the metallic paint apps. The tail is fully articulated, so you still get that 5 POA, even though the Dragonzord's head is never really moved ever. If you look at his actual head movement in the show, it's like he moves his entire body around, rather than like looking around with his head. So it was important for us to try and figure out a way to get all that movement that people expect from our figures in here, and the tail provided that solution.
Here we go.
There you go. Finish off the card. There you go.
So on the box of the Super Cyborg,
yeah,
it was teased in a silhouette. I think it's fairly safe to assume that it's a Dragonzord. But if
is that what that
is that what it is?
I would think so.
When you make something at that scale and then also a smaller version, is there some things that you take from a small scale that works on the big one, and vice versa, or things that don't work? Well, obviously there's things that don't work. Nice
right.
question.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, the constructions are actually very, very different. Like the designs remain the same, but different scales present, different challenges when engineering and painting and design and all that stuff. So there's actually some stuff that I learned studying this guy, because this was actually the first Dragonzord I ever worked on, and then other iterations came later. So I like to say that I made all my mistakes here, and then every other Dragonzord after this is going to be better. So if you look at it, kind of the front crotch piece here, see how there's like that asymmetrical design with the triangle on the left side. Originally, I had that mirrored on both sides, which is incorrect, and you can kind of see like where they fixed it a little bit, but it looks mostly corrected. But you wouldn't be able to tell unless you were looking directly for it. So, and like stuff like that, and really studying it even further and trying to correct all of that on this one, so that these next ones are even better, despite the scale and engineering changes as well.
This is an awesome little robot.
Yeah, just a nice little desk companion, desk Dragonzord. If you love Green Ranger, it's I can guarantee you probably don't have a Dragonzord that's in this scale that looks this good.
So for this one, we've got the legs that move here. We've got a tail that can rotate.
That's right, full 360.
Awesome.
And then both arms can wave up and down.
I'm scared. Oh, mine has a little bit of
little fuse. There you go. Yeah, it'll be good.
Raw. Shooting rockets at you. Pew, 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 pew.
That's right.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to zoom this out a little bit more. We can get a nice side profile here.
That's right. Yeah, and it looks great right next to your Green Ranger as well.
Oh yeah, that would make more sense, dummy. And are the gold? Do the golds match in the show? Probably not.
And green, the golds and the greens match.
The golds and the greens match here. We're gonna cut out the part where I used the closest Power Ranger to my hand versus the correct Power Ranger.
Yeah, the golds and the greens match. You might see a slight difference, and that is just purely plastic versus painted colors. So you can see that difference. So like the main body of Green Ranger is injected in that green color, but all of the accents on the Dragonzord are painted in that same green color.
This is sweet. All right, so there's the scale next to the Green Ranger, a Ranger figure. But here we have...
There you go. The real face-off.
The Megazord. And if you don't get a Super Cyborg gigantic Megazord, go get this reaction one. It just looks great. If you want a little desk representation, in the office, in your home office, something like that, in the bedroom, this little dude just looks stellar. I mean, it even comes with the shield that you can take out.
Yeah.
And the sword. The sword's a tight fit. It looks great, so I'm not going to take it out. Side by side, if you want them as friends, if you want them as enemies, it's just
Yeah,
it's a nice pair of robot-like figures, man.
yeah, and they're just a good size. Like they fit right. They feel right in your hand. I love these things. And like you, when I first started working on the reaction brand, I didn't really, I didn't really know what I was getting into, but I've just, it's slowly become one of my favorite form factors. There's just so much charm and fun to having this many figures at this scale and having them translated. It's
Self-enabled.
That's right. High on my own supply. I have a big case over here of just my own reaction stuff. So I feel you.
This is cool, man. When this is done, I'm going to get back to my 3D print. I'm going to finish up my buildings, and it's funny. I don't collect 3 3/4. I don't collect the scale, but it's this scale. It's this scale that's making me want to. It's giving me ideas to go take pictures. It's kind of inspiring me to go do something. Maybe because there's no good 6-inch Megazords and Zords right now, apart from super expensive Super Chogokin. I don't know how to say the name. Import ones from before. Yeah. And if you want to do something huge like that with buildings and whatnot, it would be easier to accomplish at a smaller scale. You don't have to get gigantic props, and so yeah, I mean, just the possibilities with this. It's I've got things working in my brain.
Good. I'm happy to report that there will be more Zords in your future, so that creativity can continue to flow.
Is this on the record?
Yep, on the record. More Zords are coming. This is the plan.
How come I can't get it even? Here we go. All right, so these 2 Zords are fantastic. I think they're my favorite. Obviously, having a whole Power Rangers team is a lot of fun, but look at this. Super7 ReAction Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Wave 2. You can pre-order them now on super7.com, and they will be shipping October 2021. Kyle, thank you so much for sitting down, chatting with me, talking about these awesome figures. Your work on these are stellar, especially the attention to detail. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to walk people through the product. It's a labor of love. It's crazy to me still, even after all this time, that I get to wake up every day and work on Power Rangers and inspire play patterns and all that kind of stuff. The fact that you didn't really know reaction and now you're building dioramas so you can take new photos is really inspiring to me. So that stuff like that makes the job totally worth it. So keep an eye out for more Ranger product from Super7. We got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of characters that people have been wanting for a long time in all kinds of formats. So I'm very excited for what the future holds for this line.
Well, again, Kyle, thank you so much. Make sure you check out super7.com and Super7 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Toying Around on Instagram. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. And these are awesome toys. I think everyone should know about them. Kyle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So when you finish the alphabet song, do you say W, X, Y, and Z or Z?
I was raised to say Z.
Yeah.
Because that's the American way.
Because it rhymes with QRS.
Yeah, it kind of ruins the song. But I actually haven't, with some of my international friends, I've seen the usefulness of Zedd. Without a British accent, it's hard to get people to take you seriously if you say Zedd. So I don't know. But
Lord Zedd.
Lord Z. Zedd. Lord Z. So.
Lord Z. I hate sports injuries because I can't play anymore. It takes me out of it. It sucks.
Yeah, that is a bummer. I dislocated my shoulder in water polo in high school, and it really I basically quit that same year because I was over it. So I feel
the hell is water polo? Is that the one where they have the lacrosse sticks in the water?
No.
Is that a thing?
No, it is not.
Clickbaity thumbnail right there.
There you go.
Do we need a good thumbnail?
Up to you.
Yeah, whatever.
Do we need to do the heart thing?
I don't think that really applies here. Does it?
Wow. Fine.
I mean, for the cover of a Power Rangers.
No, you're right.
I mean, if you want it for your personal records, whatever. Well, up, down should. There you go.
There we go. All right, that's better. And no one will know.